What's good, my people? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? Thank you for tuning in this episode of the Chronic OGs podcast. I'm one half of Chronic OGs, that boy they call Big Tone. How y'all doing today? Friday afternoon, how y'all doing? Hope all is well. So I was asked by a family member to kind of do a political episode today based on how the election is going and things that are being said, lies that are being told. So about a month ago, we had the GOP National Convention, the Republican National Convention. And I watched some of it as a comparison. I wasn't going to watch that shit. I probably wasted a few hours of my life. I could have did something else with, like, watch some fucking paint dry or watch two rabbits have sex or something. But no, I watched the shit. And it was dark. It was full of division. It was full of hate. It was full of despair. It was full of, this country ain't shit. This a third world country. I'm the only one that can fix it. Blah, blah, blah. This country's going to hell. It's all you heard in the Republican National Convention. And I, being fucking the bronze idiot, I'm the one that can fix it. I'm the one that can fix it. You the reason it's broke, homie. COVID-19. You handle that shit better. Ain't nothing we talk about an issue. But you don't care about the country first. So that's why we are where we are. So then you had the DNC National Convention, you know, the Democratic National Convention over this week. And it was full of hope, inclusion, joy, diversity, laughter. It made you think about your future, made you think about your kids' future. Shit. My man, Governor Walz, I ain't served 24 years, but other than that, he remind me of me. I taught. I'm a fucking basketball coach for 25 years, still going. Father, husband, and all that other shit. So watching him reminds me of me. And don't get me wrong, Kamala killed it last night. She was ready for the moment. She met the moment. And anybody that say that she didn't, i.e. Scott Jennings for CNN and that other idiot on CNN, the bald-head dude they got, that's a Trump supporter, they were looking for negative shit. They still talking about why Kamala Harris lied and didn't tell everybody that Joe wasn't ready to finish the job. Even if that was the case, she's not supposed to fucking tell y'all. That's her boss. Fuck out of here with that bullshit. Y'all just looking for shit, bro. So before I get into any details, I do want to shout out to my favorite Republican congressman, my man Adam Kinzinger, representative out of Illinois. He was a GOP representative in Congress for 12 years. He was part of the January 6th committee, and that's another thing too. He was part of the January 6th committee. Him and Liz Cheney decided to try to impeach the bronze idiot. So he talked about putting country over party. He talked about being in the trenches with us, the Democratic folks, whoever's a Democrat, being in the trenches to save democracy. He also talked about, he said, hey, Democrats are patriots too. They love this country as much as you fuckers say you do. So shout out to Adam Kinzinger. Hopefully he find his way back. Maybe he can switch over, come join the right side. So let's go over a couple things. The little research, inflation is now 2.9% and trending towards its goal of 2%. Uncle Joe said there was going to be a soft landing, didn't he? Hey, I'm still riding with Biden. In my area where I live, gas prices are down to about $2.88 a gallon for the 87. I use 89 and 91, so of course it's a little higher. Inflation rates right now, think about this. Much as they try to that's another thing too. Much as they try to shit on BO, Barack had a 1.4% inflation rate. Trump was 1.9, and Biden's is currently 5.6. The reason Biden's is, there's an asterisk there. The reason that Biden's is 5.6 is because he started coming out of COVID. So again, his overall inflation rate ain't 5.6 because of him. Stop it. Everybody else in the ones, high ones, his going to be 5.6 and there's no reason behind it. We know what the reason behind it is. COVID. Who screwed over COVID? Who shit the bed when it came to COVID? The bronze idiot. Also got the final jobs report is about 2.9 million jobs. That includes the 818,000 job decrease when it was revised. But like I said, although those numbers weren't where they wanted to be, we still headed for a soft landing. You see that. And then you got immigration, right? So you guys are aware, everybody who might be a Republican or a Trump supporter, and you try to use the border and immigration. They say that's what soon-to-be President-elect Harris. They say that's where she's vulnerable. I get politics ain't fair. You think we fucking stupid, bro? Hopefully I think of that senator's name before the end of this episode. Republican senator, came up with a bill that was the most conservative immigration bill in the past 4 decades. Uncle Joe was ready to sign it. They was going to get everything they wanted. They had to give a little bit of what they didn't want. But they was going to get, pretty much a lot of the stuff they wanted. It's part of negotiating, so I'm sure they didn't get everything. But again, it was the most conservative immigration bill in the past 40 years, 4 decades. And Donald Trump called Mike Johnson, who's the Speaker of the House, talking about weak. Donald Trump calls Mike Johnson, and he tells Mike Johnson not to even vote on the bill because he didn't want Joe Biden to have a win. But if he win, he want to sign that bill on day one, along with all the other crazy shit he want to do in Project 2025. So think about that. For somebody to say he put country first and whoop the whoop and America first and make America great again, the bill was there. Your Speaker of the House was ready to rock on it. But because your bitch ass said no, because you didn't want to run against Joe Biden with him having that win, that's why we still have the shit we have. That's why we're in the position. That's why we're in the position we are. And even with that said, Border crossings are down 29%. 50% drop in the month of July. Roughly 22 immigrants arrive a day at the border, which is down from 2,800 a day in the previous month. Trump had 2.2 million border crossings. Biden is sitting at 1.7, so they're probably gonna be break even. Obama had a lot less than both of them. They used to call Obama the deporter in chief, but now they saying he wasn't strong. His lineage, which is Uncle Joe and Kamala Harris, are not and won't be strong on immigration. Yeah, we ain't gonna just kick everybody out whose last name ended EZ, you fucker. We ain't gonna just kick DACA kids out. You was an immigrant too. All of us was fucking immigrants. If you were not a Native American, they the only ones that really got claimed to some bullshit like that. We all are, you fucking. Your immigrants come from Ireland or some old bullshit. So stop with the bullshit. Your vice president is married to a fucking immigrant, but that's the right kind of. You're married to an immigrant, but y'all got the right kind of immigrant. So when you bring up that an immigrant raped the young girl in California, and that's what happens when the illegal immigrants get over here. So what about the white dude that raped the girl in Florida? Or what about the black dude who's American citizen? That one don't count because it's not a legal immigrant? It ain't making no fucking sense. And illegal immigrant violent crime is less than blacks or whites. Because they don't want to fucking go back, dummy. So stop blaming everything on them. So we got a 29% decline in border patrol. I'm sorry, a 29% decline in border patrol apprehensions. The reason for that is because there's less border crossings. So I just hear that RFK is endorsing Trump. It's funny because he called the Harris camp, tried to get a cabinet job, said if he got a cabinet job, he'd jump out the race and endorse Vice President Harris. So my man just fucking soliciting his services, and of course Trump jumped right in. Like, really, bro? That shows desperation. That motherfucker is crazier than him. And got the nerve to be a goddamn Kennedy. Ain't that something? They didn't already came out and denounced what the shit he was saying. Got the nerve to be a crazy ass Kennedy. Think about this though. So I'm sure there's those out there that can go find some numbers that are better debunk my argument when I talk about the immigration. I went on a little bit about the economy, inflation, all that other stuff. But here's something that's extremely important and I think should go in your minds when you vote on November 5th. All that shit being said, does decency mean anything to you? Does honor mean anything to you? Does the rule of law mean anything to you? Does truthfulness mean anything to you? Does protecting women's rights mean anything to you? Does normalcy mean anything to you? Does happiness mean anything to you? Does respect mean anything to you? Does convicted felon mean anything to you? Does adjudicated rapist, sexual assault, mean anything to you? Does faking your fucking assassination attempt mean anything to you? And by the way, this motherfucker got shot in the ear with a high-powered rifle with a bullet about this long. He said when he got hit, he knew he got hit because the blood was on his hand. No, it wasn't, dude. We got the receipts. When you do like this, boom, it wasn't no blood. Then you drop down and came back up. Fight. The blood, fake ass blood coming out of your Nope. Here's what I'm gonna say about that though. This motherfucker's ear is fully healed. His Dumbo ear is fully healed. There's no red mark on it. There's no nothing. And that judge chick, whatever, on Fox Sports gonna talk about, oh, he got shot in the head. Man, that shit was faking in Monopoly money. And excuse me, maybe the hammer's about to drop on that. Because they just put 6 Secret Service agents on leave. If they investigate it right, maybe they may find something. And put them in a bind or something. Because you're not gonna tell me that shit was real. Nah, I'm good on that. You're not gonna tell me that shit is real. Does global respect mean anything to you? Because if any or all of those things mean anything to you, does the respect for veterans mean anything to you? Does the respect for others, for the next man, I'm gonna succeed, I'm gonna bring you with me, homie. Does that mean anything to you? I don't have to. Granted, we're not successful at all at this podcast thing yet. Hopefully, we will be. But I do some episodes by myself because my brother Smitty don't like to talk about politics. So I'm not going to have two episodes. If we get what we want, and we get fortunate enough, and they like it for the political aspect, I'm going to still call it what it is. And I'm going to find a way to bring him with me. That's just called respect for your fellow man and woman. And we're going to elect a president that does not even have that? What are we doing? Like, what are we doing? This dude is racist. The insults, the racism, the disrespect, the vile, just don't give a damn about no one but himself. And we gonna put that dude in the White House? I'm not even talking. So take the racism part out, which is extremely hard to do. Take the racism part out. Just the lack of respect that he has for women. Dude looked at his daughter and said, if she wasn't my daughter, I'd be dating her. That's not respect. You don't respect his own kid. And that's who we're going to put in the White House? Kamala may have her flaws, may have her faults. We all do. But damn. 50% of the country think he's a better choice to represent us on the national and international stage versus her. I'm confused. Especially if you're a person of color. I'm downright flabbergasted. I'm appalled that someone of color would even think to vote for this dude. Then someone of color who has daughters, who has a mother or sisters, how could you vote for this dude? You see the respect he has for black women, not to mention the respect he has for women, bragging about him getting Roe versus Wade getting Roe overturned. That's the respect. That's the respect he has for y'all. Dude, if you take a Reposado, mix it with some goddamn lemonade from down here in Atlanta, shit. People, I'm gonna put these episodes out. And yeah, we don't have a lot of subscribers. But the ones that do, maybe the subscribers we have, maybe you guys could share these episodes if you have the same thought process and ideas and thought about this election that I have. I'd be more than happy if you would share them with your friends and family as well. I'm just disappointed in listening to people talk negative about, although she older than me, that young lady's speech last night. She has never had to do that at that magnitude. She only had a month to prepare. While she prepared, she's still vice president, and she's deeply involved in the conversations that's happening with the Gaza and Israel and the ceasefire. And I love the way she approached that because, as my man Unc say from Nightcap, two things can be true. So she addressed that, her head on, boom. With dignity, honor, respect. She was amazing last night. But I must say, them damn Obamas. Sheesh. They the goat at what they do. Both of them. And when wifey came out there, Michelle, I ain't think she got so buck with it. I ain't think B.O. was gonna be able to handle. I ain't think B.O. was gonna be able to handle none of the smoke she left for him. Barack was like, "This Tone, this one I keep telling you, Tone, this is what I do." Not one scandal in 8 years. When you look at all the metrics compared to the next two presidents after him, financial metrics, immigration metrics, crime metrics, he's leading in all those categories, or he's right there. So I put a post on my Facebook page the other day. I said Barack is the GOAT. Some young man said the GOAT of what? I didn't respond back because that's one of those dudes that's going to say, well, wait, what did he do for black people? What did he do for black people? How could he, man? What you want him you just want the Black Panthers up in that thing? Don't forget he's dealing with a Congress that he got to manipulate, A Congress that did everything in their power. Half of the people in Congress did everything in their power to get this nigga kicked the fuck up out of there. As soon as fucking possible. To the point to they wanted to do an impeachment hearing on him having a tan suit on. That suit was cold as shit too. Him having a tan suit on. They wanted to get rid of him for that. But people just, what did he do for black people? Man, Barack was one of the greatest presidents ever. Just look at history. Do your history. So, because he's on my Mount Rushmore, he's my fucking GOAT. Can't debate what's mine. And I ain't doing nothing but calling it like I see it. But we got to spread the word. We got to do whatever we can. If there are those that can volunteer, cool, put a sign in your yard. Do whatever you got to do. My thing is I'm going to keep spitting out these podcasts once or twice a week talking about the shit that's happening with it. But anything you can do to spread the word, to not only to register to vote, hopefully you vote blue all the way down the ticket so we can start getting shit done. Because if it's not that way, it's going to always be a fucking problem. That's what we have to do. From your senators to your local state races, the House of Representative races that are in your district, the senators, president, judges, janitors, whatever. We have to vote that way, then we can start getting stuff done. Vote Kamala Harris for president 2024. Thank y'all for listening to this episode of Chronic OG's podcast. I'm that boy they call Big Tone. Shout out to my boy Smitty. Again, shout out to Congressman Adam Kinzinger. I'm that boy they call Big Tone. I'm out. Peace.